All right. Well, first off, again, my name is Shane. I want to thank everyone for being on the webinar today. You know, the purpose of these webinars, these are training webinars we do every Wednesday, and the point is to help you maximize your business in For Life by giving you a better understanding of what For Life opportunity is and exactly how it all works. I mean, everything from the products to the the company stability, company background, leadership background. This week, we're specifically talking about the For Life compensation plan and how to maximize this compensation plan. So let's go ahead and get started here with our first slide, maximizing the For Life compensation plan. The three categories, there are three different categories for maximizing the For Life compensation plan to develop your maximum income. Okay, three categories. We're going to discuss what these three categories are, and then we're going to break each of these categories down. Okay, first off is the first category is how you personally benefit or use the benefits of the pay plan to increase your income. Okay, the second category is convincing your downline distributors to duplicate your efforts in this opportunity. And the third one is how you market this to your prospects. These three categories, or jobs that you have, so to speak, are to help you maximize the compensation plan. So again, the first one is how you personally use the benefits of the pay plan to increase your income. Second is convincing your downline distributors to duplicate this so that they can have the same success and the same type of results that you have. And thirdly, again, is how you market this to prospects. So when you approach other people about our company, one of the things they're going to know about is the compensation plan. So how do you market our compensation plan to prospects? We're going to break down these 3 points throughout the course of this particular training series and explain to you some of the logistics and some of the details of how to do this, okay? So, how you personally use the benefits of the pay plan to increase your income. Let's look at this category. First off, setting goals are important. Your first set general goals is your first thing you do. Okay, you first set general goals and then effort-oriented goals in order to reach your result-oriented goals. Okay, here's an example of how this works and what that means. The result you're after may be to become a builder, which requires enrolling 3 people. So how many hours you commit each week to pursuing that goal and how many prospects you will need to talk to in order to enroll these 3 individuals are examples of effort-oriented goals. Now, to break this down a little bit further, you cannot be responsible for the result. You cannot make the end result happen. And what I mean by that is you can give someone a perfect presentation. You can answer all of their questions perfectly. You can explain to them why we are absolutely the best of the best. They can agree with you and be emotionally drawn into what you're saying and everything. But at the end of the day, whether they decide to sign or not is not up to you. They are the ones that make that decision. So even though you can complete everything to the best that it can ever be done, every presentation, every question, they still have the power to tell you no. Okay? So you cannot be so tied into the result, but what you can be tied into are the effort-oriented goals. You can say, I did give the best presentation. I did answer their questions. I did do what I was supposed to do. And that's what you want to look at. Just a second here. We're having some interference. Somebody needs to mute themselves here. Let's see if I can. Here we go. Okay. So, now, that being said, the second thing that you want to do is you want to become a builder. Okay, so becoming a builder is the first step in developing a nice income. As a builder, the first month you'll receive 25% on each of your preferred customers plus the $50 bonus. If you're an experienced networker with a number of contacts, you can enroll more than 3 as your first step. Let's see here, the next. Now, helping each of these individuals each sponsor 3 preferred customers is step 2. So your first step to becoming a builder is to enroll preferred customers. And if you enroll 3 of them, then you will qualify as the builder, okay, and you'll get that $50 builder bonus. The next step is to help each of those 3 individuals that you just sponsored to sponsor 3 preferred customers. So there are definite steps in the way that you maximize this pay structure. There are things you can do, goals you can set, things you can achieve as you go that will help you to get into the income that you're looking for. Next, what you have to do is you have to focus on duplication. So how do you accomplish this? Well, convincing your downline distributors to duplicate your efforts is part 2 of this, or second category, I should say, in this particular process. So the first thing you do to convince your distributors to duplicate is help your distributors set realistic results and effort-oriented goals. Make sure to ask them how much income they would eventually like to earn. What would they be satisfied with in their first 6 months? And let them be a part of setting their own goals without any pressure. By asking them these questions and giving them this type of freedom to decide for themselves what they're looking for, it involves them in the process, and it takes the pressure off, because you're not telling them as your sponsor they need to be at this point or that point. You're allowing them to say, I believe I can get to this, and this is what I'd like to set as my first goal. So you're bringing them into the process. Secondly, you want to help your distributors understand transfer factors and focus on the products, okay? Because as we all know, you become a customer first. Everyone that signs up with the new pay structure, everyone that signs up is first and foremost a preferred customer. Then if you decide to join the loyalty program and decide to maintain a certain order level, then you are also signed as an associate or as a distributor, okay? So what you want to do is you want to help your distributors, help people underneath you to understand transfer factors more thoroughly, and help them to focus on products and getting people sold on the products, okay? Then you want to make sure your distributors are exposed to all the marketing tools and materials, and make sure they get their free websites up and going. In today's climate, business climate, it's very important to establish that website and to be able to send people that website and to give them a connection, a doorway, if you will, into what we do at Professional Networkers and into what For Life is all about. You also want to make sure and provide support and training to your distributors. Now, all of these, again, are points on convincing your downline to duplicate your efforts. By offering them these things, it makes it pretty simple for them to understand that they have the support, they have the tools, they have everything they need at their fingertips to be able to duplicate what you've done, okay? Next, you want to connect them to your upline and to professional networkers. Connect them to all the conference calls, the webinars, and direct them to the tools and training on social media. We have tools and training on our website that teach you how to utilize social media to get the word out there about what you're doing, to build yourself a group, to build a downline, and to start getting people underneath you who are willing to duplicate these efforts. When you give them these connections, it lets them know that they can do it, that they're not alone. They have someone who can help direct them in the right way to help them be successful. You want to develop a personal product testimony. This is important because when you're talking to people and you're connecting them first and foremost with the product, when you have a personal connection to that product or personal testimony with that product, it bears much more weight when you're speaking to people about the validity of your product and of your business opportunity. When you can say, I've used a product, I've seen this happen, or I've used a product and it's helped with this, or I've used a product and I achieved something I never achieved before in my health because of this product. Those are the types of things that will help you to develop a personal product testimony, a personal story, personal connection with the products and with the company that you can then share with your distributors. And you can also convince them to do the same thing. Convince them to use the products, get familiar with the products, get their own product testimony. Pay attention to the way that their body feels before and after using the product. Pay attention to the little things about their health that have changed, because those are the things that prove and show that this product is working, and they'll automatically have a product testimony when they can see these things changing in their health. You want to train them on how to transfer credibility and why this is important. Transferring credibility is extremely important because, let's face it, we're not all doctors. We're not all, networkers who have been doing this for 50 years. We're not all people who understand every in and out of the product, every in and out of the research and development. Not, we don't understand all there is to know about the network marketing industry, all there is to know about how to market, all there is to know about compensation plans. But if you can transfer credibility, then this is going to give you, with your prospects, it's going to give you more, obviously credibility, but it's going to make you seem more well suited to be able to market this product and this opportunity. Plus, it also shows them that they can do the same thing. They don't have to have all the answers to be able to market this. They don't have to have all the answers to be able to be a strong marketer of this company, of this product, and so on. So train them on how to transfer credibility. And by that, what I'm saying is, rather than saying, yeah, this product works great and I believe in it, why not say, well, there's over 3,000 studies on this product, or 3,000 studies on this molecule that prove that it is unlike anything else in the industry, and that's what our product is that we're marketing for our company. So you've transferred the credibility. It's not your word to them. Now it's the word of all these different studies and all this history. You can say, things like, well, Mike Akins has over 50 years of successful network marketing experience. He developed systems and tools that we use to build our companies, and those same tools and systems that help him become successful. So now you're not saying, well, take my word for it, this is a good product or a good company. Take my word for it, this is a good way to market. You're saying, I've got someone that has a proven track record, proven history that this works, and I'm using the same formula that they use to be successful. We do this every day in life anyway. We always, we talk about that. You read a magazine article that was published by someone who is a world-class chef, and they're talking about a certain way to sear meat or something, to season meat or whatever. Well, you can say, hey, I read this great article by Chef so-and-so that said that this is the best way to season the meat, and I tried it and it works. See, now it's not just your credibility, but you're also bringing the credibility of this chef. Okay, so credibility and transferring credibility is extremely important, because we're not able to do everything and know everything and be knowledgeable on all of these different aspects. So this gives us the ability to be able to say that our product is the best with full confidence, to be able to share that our opportunity is the best with full confidence, because the study that was done that looked over 342 of the best companies in the industry, since then they've looked over 1,000, and I'll touch a little bit more on that down here further into our discussion here. Be a great example that you want your distributors to follow. Be someone that they can follow. Be someone that you would follow. Okay. It's often said that to be a great leader, you have to be a great servant. So be an example of these people by being someone who serves your downline well, who works with your downline, who supports your downline, who creates within them a nurturing environment for them to grow as leaders. Okay, so be a great example that you want them to follow. And now you're ready to develop your third level of builder bonus, where you will receive $800 on top of your regular bonuses. Okay, so now we've established how to, if you go back, we talked about establishing those first 3 levels of builder bonus. We talked about using those 3 leaders in those particular areas, connecting them to Upline, creating product testimonies, training them, giving them an example to follow. Now you're ready to develop your third level of builder bonus, and this is where you can receive that $800 on top of whatever bonuses you're already getting. So this achievement doesn't depend solely on you, but also your first and second level distributors. Okay, here you have a dual goal of third level builder bonus and or diamond rank qualification. Now, why would you have a dual goal? Well, because getting all the third level filled isn't within your personal grasp. It's not something you personally do. You work on this, but also enroll more on your first level to create the 3-level volume of 3,000 life points. Okay, so you can place people on that first level to help create some of the volume you need. But the fact is, once you get 2 and 3 levels down, a lot of that responsibility also lies on the leaders that you've placed in your second level to create that third level, okay, and your first level to create that second level. Now you're working with a network of people, leaders, people that are in your group, that are your top team, that will help to work together to create the environment that all of these distributors will then follow, and create the type of environment that you're creating this volume, you're creating the leaders you need, and then you're achieving the next rank, which is diamond. But in the process, by doing so, just by synergy, you've also created that third level builder bonus. Okay, so you're achieving two goals at once because of the fact that by structuring this way and building this way, you're creating a structure that will naturally create the type of volume needed to achieve diamonds. So, as we say, you're killing two birds with one stone. So, achieving diamond is important to you as a leader, because then that creates a track record for your distributors to look up to. This shows them that it can be done. This shows them the possibilities of what this pay structure can offer, the possibilities of them achieving, the possibilities of them going above and beyond. That's what this does when you achieve diamond. It encourages your leaders and encourages the rest of your group. When they've seen you go from one step to the next, it encourages them to know that they can do it as well. Now what you want to do is you want to select two of your most capable networkers and talk to them about becoming your first diamonds. Let them know you see their capabilities. Train them on how you achieve diamond. So now what we're doing is we're going from support to being a mentor within your group, to being that leader, that teacher, that trainer within your group, that not only now you've achieved diamond, but now find your top most capable networkers and train them on how to become diamonds. Let them know that you see them as the type of material that can be the next diamond, and that you want them to be your first diamonds in your business. Let them know you see their capabilities, you see their commitment to the business and to the opportunity, and then train them on how you did it. Take them step by step through how you achieve diamond, and that will give them not only support, it will also give them motivation, and it will give them the vision, the reality that they can do it. They can be successful. So the next or third category is how to market to your prospects. How do you market this opportunity? Now you understand how to motivate your people to continue to duplicate. Now you understand what the steps are for your own goal setting and how to get the ball rolling, so to speak. So now that you've done this, how do you take all this information? How do you take this product, or this pay structure that we've been discussing, with all and the different various levels that you can achieve that will create the income you're looking for? How do you market that? How do you turn around everything we just experienced or just talked about you experiencing to become a distributor? How do you market that? Take all that information, take all that in. How do you turn around and market that to your prospects when you're talking to them about what a great opportunity this is? Well, first of all, use the concept of transferring credibility. Here's this again. We talked about this a moment ago. We're going to go a little bit further into it. When you talk about transferring credibility, one of the first things you have to do is let go of your personal pride. Don't let your pride enter in when you get into this portion. Okay, some people, they don't want to use someone else's name. They don't want to use all these things. They want people to just take them at their word because of the type of person they are. That's a pride thing, okay? You've got to leave that at the door, so to speak. So what you do is you leave your pride out of it, and you use your upline leaders that have achieved great ranks and incomes to help them know that these techniques work. Show them these techniques have been used by successful leaders in their journey to developing great incomes. So again, leading by example. We're showing them by referring or transferring the credibility of our upline leaders and what they've done to be successful. And the techniques that they use to get there are the same techniques you're using to create an income. When they can see that, now you're transferring credibility. Here's an example. Use Mike's 50-plus years of successful experience. Okay, Mike has been in this industry for over 50 years. He's been successful in pretty much every venture he's ever gotten involved in. He's been successful at, because he applies himself. He goes in at full guns. He believes in the system. He believes in the industry. He believes in products that he's involved with. And so use Mike's 50 years of successful experience as a transfer of credibility. because the systems and tools that he has designed with professional networkers are the same systems and tools and principles that he used to create the success that he has today. Use the extensive study that was financed by Mike. Let them know why he even decided to finance a study. Mike and his staff here at Professional Networkers began researching the dynamics of network marketing in the early 90s. Okay? Now let them know that this study, and the reason Mike chose this study was because he had seen a lot of things change in the industry. He had seen a lot of people who were sharp, had the potential to be huge leaders in the industry, and just not ever be able to truly attain it. Despite all their efforts, despite all the, late nights and the long, and, driving themselves nuts and creating a business, he saw these same leaders that were doing all of this, putting in all the effort in the right places, doing the right things, never achieved the success that they were looking for. And he wanted to know why. So that's why he financed his study, and that's when he realized there wasn't really a lot of information on the industry as a whole. And so him and Professional Networkers began researching the dynamics of network marketing clear back in the early 90s, some 20 years ago. Mike hired research and marketing consultants in 1995 to continue the study. The study researched marketing trends, attrition factors, why companies go out of business, what products have a long marketing life, what are the best factors in a successful compensation plan, and other important aspects of success. 4Life Research was selected as the best of the best out of all of these different companies that were looked at. The reason being is that this study, I should say, created or discovered, depends on how you want to look at it, a criteria for what gave a company long-term success. What created the type of success a company could stay around forever, stay around for the long haul. And 4Life Research met all of these criteria. Many of the companies would meet a few of them. Let's say just the criteria was around 6 different points, let's just say. Okay, some of these companies would have 2 or 3 points. Some might have 4. Some might have 1, or some might do a 1 point really, really well, and the other points, so. 4Life though matched all of these points, and not only did they match them, but 4Life excelled in each of these arenas. Regardless whether it was strong leadership, strong executive staff, unique and solid products, a compensation plan that was fair and balanced, a stable company with a great track record, great history, support systems and tools to help you be successful. And these are all different factors that were looked at, give or take 1 or 2. And 4Life excelled in each of these areas. And by doing so, that's why they were chosen as best of best. So Mike and his staff continue to research more than 1,000 programs and other important dynamics. Even up to today, we're still looking at other companies. We're still comparing them to 4Life. We're still comparing them to what it takes to be successful in this industry. We're comparing them against these factors. So now we've looked at over 1,000 different programs. And yet still, at the end of the day, 4Life Research is the best opportunity out there. So this is how you market this to your prospects. When you talk about the pay structure, when you talk about the company and why this company, this is why. And so that's going to conclude the presentation. It's kind of short and sweet, but with a lot of really great information in there. So what I wanted to do now is just remind you guys that, to keep your eyes open. We are continuing to, develop some of these points and things for each of these training series. This is a 12-part series. This is only number 5, so we're not even quite halfway through. We've got a lot more information still to come. We'll start breaking down different things within the pay structure. We'll start breaking down different bonuses and stuff. All those things are still yet to come. But I wanted to let everyone know that we will be doing these calls every Wednesday, just as we did today. So bring your prospects, bring your new distributors, bring your leaders to these calls. Let them get this information, because this is information they need to help them build their business. So maximizing the for life compensation plan, that's what we covered today. I want to thank everyone for being online, and if you have any questions or anything, as always, put them in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to address them at that point. But other than that, if no one has any questions or anything, then I just want to thank everyone for being on the line today, and remind you that we do have these calls every week. We also have our Friday call coming up, where we'll be hosting that, talking about the presentation, or the opportunity presentation. That one is pretty much going to be the same information each week, and that's so you have a place that you can depend on, that you can bring your prospects to get the information about our business opportunity. So I don't see any new questions or anything in the chat, so I'm going to just see here. Let me check. All right. Well, I don't see any questions, so I want to thank everyone for being on the line. And don't forget, next Wednesday, same place, same time, we're going to have another, we'll have another teaching session, or a training session, I should say. And we'll be announcing what the subject will be for next week. And I want to thank you all for being on here. Hope to see you all on the Friday morning call. Well, Friday morning for me, Friday evening for you. And that's going to conclude the call for the day. So thank you all very much. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you again soon.